Happy Vlogmas! Or as I like to call it, KETOMAS, because this is gonna be a keto version of a Vlogmas. That's right, from December 1st all the way to Christmas Day itself, I'm gonna be filming every day and posting up a video on keto related items, like holiday recipes that I wanna share with you guys, hot tips and tricks on how to get through the holidays, and even some gift giving guides for keto lovers like myself. So if you find that interesting, then make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss any of my videos. Happy holidays! Alright, so this first video I want to share with you guys some tips and tricks for getting back on track after you've cheated or had a massive carb reload day, which I'm sure probably a lot of you guys did over the Thanksgiving holiday, and that's okay. I mean, I'm guilty of it too. This year was actually pretty good, but in years past, I went hog wild for like 5 days, could not control what was going in my mouth, and then paid the consequences for that, which was, you know, like about a 10-pound weight gain of water and inflammation, plus you just feel like crap. So it's okay if that happened. I'm here for you, and I'm gonna share with you how to get back on track to help you out. So keep watching. So my first tip is get over it. Sure, you fell off hard. You fell off the wagon hard, but that's okay. We just move on. Everybody's human. Nobody's 100% perfect all the time. Don't be too down on yourself. Just pick back up and start keto again. Start fresh. Stop with the guilt. Stop wallowing in it. Stop the continuous cycle of, oh, well, I cheated that day and that day, I might as well just do it again today. No, start today, start fresh. Even though we're still in the holiday season, you can still maintain your weight, you can still lose your weight, you can still feel great from keto, you can still keto in the month of December. So I'm gonna show you how this month. Tip number 2 is to meal plan and meal prep. That is the key to success on this diet, especially when you've fallen off hard and there's all of these holiday temptations around. It's okay. You got this. Just plan out your meals, plan out some of your favorite meals and prep them. Have like at least a week's worth, because that's kind of like how long it takes for you to kind of get back into the swing of it. Make sure you have a plan, write out what you're gonna have for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, maybe some snacks. Have all those planned out. Have your grocery shopping done, have it meal prepped, because we know this is a busy time of year too. And so you might not have time to be perfect all the time. So you wanna make sure that there's no temptations of desserts and treats at the office, that you have a plan when you're there. Tip number 3, and this kind of goes along with the whole meal plan and meal prep, it's to pick out your favorite keto foods. This is one of my key tips for being successful with keto. When you're first starting, pick out those foods that you know that you love, that you're gonna eat every day, that are just delicious. I mean, on this diet, there's a ton of delicious recipes out there. And that's mostly because fat is so flavorful. So just pick out the ones that you really, really love and that are gonna enjoy eating, and make a bunch of that and just stick with that for a good week. And then you can move on to other recipes as well, or more stricter keto recipes if you wanted. Tip number 4 is one that is kind of up in the air on whether or not it's gonna work for you, and that's to fast. So fasting, either you could do an intermittent fast where you don't eat for 18 hours and you eat for the rest of the day. So you're basically skipping breakfast, or you could be bold and try like a 24-hour fast or a 36-hour fast. I really only recommend this though for people that have been living a keto lifestyle for a while and they're keto adapted for at least like 3-6+ months, because if you've just been kind of like teetering on keto, or you just started recently, fasting is going to be really, really hard for you, especially if you come from that lifestyle where you're eating multiple meals a day. So if you fell off hard over the Thanksgiving weekend and you think, oh, I'm gonna get back on track, I'm gonna get in ketosis by fasting, that might not work for you if you really don't have those fat burning enzymes all geared up and ready to go to begin with, because you're gonna find that you're gonna be hungry and you're gonna be ravenous and hangry and you're gonna be wanting sugar, and it just kind of sets yourself up for for cheating and failure again. So I don't really recommend fasting if you're new to this lifestyle. If you've been doing it for a while and you know how to fast and you've done it before, yeah, sure, do it. I've done it before and it's worked great to get me back into ketosis. Tip number 5 is another kind of iffy tip. I feel like it works for me to not do this, but it might not work for others. And that's to stay away from the keto treats. If you cheated over the Thanksgiving weekend and you ate a bunch of pumpkin pie and a bunch of cheesecake and a bunch of candy and sweets and stuff, you have such that like sugar craving right now that even eating like a keto treat or a keto dessert might trigger that need to just binge and I want more sugar. So you don't want to fall down that rabbit hole. So me personally, I try and stay away from that stuff for at least like a week or two when I'm trying to get back in. But I mean, if it helps you and that's not the case for you, then go ahead, make a bunch of keto treats to help you get through. Tip number 6 is to stay hydrated. Staying hydrated will just make it so that you're not so hungry all the time, especially if you ate a bunch of stuff that you shouldn't have, you carb overloaded. Your cells are just inflamed right now. You're holding on to a bunch of water. And so once you start again, you're gonna excrete all that water and drop a bunch of weight in the beginning again. But you need to stay hydrated because, as you know, like the keto diet, you have a tendency to become easily dehydrated. So make sure you drink your water. And my last tip, which, probably should be one of your first things that you do, one of your first moves you do, throw out all the temptations. I don't care if you have a half a pumpkin pie left over or if you've got a bunch of mashed potatoes. I don't care. Toss them out. Get rid of it. You should not have it in the house because you don't want any temptations or give yourself any reason why you would come back and eat that. So toss it out or give it away if you don't like to waste food. I always bring my stuff to work. They love it. So I hope you found these tips helpful. Remember, if you fell off the wagon, even if it was a little bit or you fell really hard, don't worry about it. Everybody can mess up from time to time. And this is a lifestyle. It's kind of like a training thing. Sometimes you're good, sometimes you're bad. You learn from it. And so move on. But you can start fresh in December. Even though there's tons of temptations around, don't let this flip up become a month-long mistake. Start back today.